You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that one in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clock it. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hood Table one more again. This is Tanya with the Hood Table, here with another review of one of my favorite TV shows, actually the spinoff to one of my favorite TV shows. Hopefully Power Ghost Book 2, Book Ghost 2, Ghost, whatever it's called, will also become one of my favorites and yours. Just to let you know up front, YouTube is still experiencing some technical difficulties with some servers being down. So please, if you are on your cell phone and if you are having problems on your cell phones watching any YouTuber lately, you want to try a different device. Try your laptop, try your computer, iPad, something like that. It's not my fault. It's not my computer. It's something that's been going on with YouTube for a lot of YouTubers over the last like 3-4 days. So again, if you're having problems watching on your cell phone because of YouTube having server outages, try to watch it on either your TV, like some people have smart TVs, iPad, computer. You just got to try a different device. Hey, Cam. What's up? How you doing? You said you better watch last week. You haven't watched it? What? What? You behind on Power? Come on now. I'm gonna need y'all to catch up. With Power, the spinoff, man. It's only the second episode though, so y'all ain't missed a whole lot. You haven't missed a whole lot. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. I did do a written blog as well on it. Y'all know I do several blogs a week on the hoodtable.com on our website. So I do have a typed up blog of my review on the show from last night. From today, because it came on at midnight on the Stars app. For those of y'all who don't have the Stars app, it'll come on at like 7 or 8 p.m. on Stars on TV. But so I do have my written review up there that I kind of go off of when I do my live reviews. But you said you trash. No, you're not trash. Now you make sure you also tune in for our live interview tonight on that guy Ernest Jackson, who they're trying to get out of prison. So there's a movement going on. A guy in Omaha, Nebraska. Some people outside of our city might not know about it, but there's a big movement going on. It's getting nationwide attention now. So I hope that people can tune in at 7 p.m. tonight to find out why this man, many people believe, should have been released from prison years and years and years ago for a crime he did not commit that somebody else confessed to. So again, that's at 7 o'clock p.m. But right now, that's at, oh, you know what? Did I say 7? I meant 8. I'm sorry. It's at 8 p.m. The interview is at 8 p.m. The Free Ernest Jackson Movement interview is at 8 p.m. I'm sorry. But yes, so right now we're going to jump right into the review of Power. And if anybody watched it, make sure you comment in the chat with your thoughts on whatever storylines we speak about today, or what you thought, about the show. If you like the show, if you don't like the show, whatever just put it in the comment section or in the chat. But anywho, Tasha, let's start off with Tasha. The season started out with, of course, Tasha, she's still set on taking, the fall for the murder of Ghost, her husband, even though we all know that Tariq was the one who pulled the trigger. Now what they're trying to do is Saxe he's trying to get charges brought up on Tasha, head of criminal drug operation charges, kingpin charges, or queen pin charges in her case. But how will they stick? I mean, they're bogus charges. Everybody knows that. Sachs knows that. So how will they prove it? And then on top of that, Tasha, when she found out that Tariq had secured her a new lawyer, she assumed that Stern was the one paying for her lawyer, but come to find out to her, it was Tariq. She thought that Tariq might be, running a little hustling deal with her old daycare client, and she's right, even though she knows Tariq is doing it. He couldn't say, when she was talking to him because, she don't want him to get caught up in nothing else. He's supposed to be on a straight and narrow. She wants him to just attend school, do your homework, get your grades up, graduate, to secure some type of future for her and her family and his little sister. But anyway, he's out there hustling, grinding to get the money for his mom's attorney, which is, what did he say, $500,000 cold hard cash. Davis McLean, he wants $500,000. Tariq already paid him $50,000 up front and promised him the rest. So that is secured. The lawyer now has to figure out how the heck to get her off of these charges, because they now, after having a meeting with the judge and with Sullivan testifying and everything, she claims that she thinks it was a setup from the jump. Sachs, we found out at the end of last episode, Sachs has set it up where Tasha got that sweetheart of a deal. Just say somebody did it. You can just have like a few years of probation and you can walk free. But she doesn't want to confess who did it. But that was basically a setup to bring up bigger charges on her, because they know Tasha knows who killed Ghost. So they're trying to force her to say who killed Ghost. But anyway, do y'all think Tasha will ever say, yes, cold hard cash, honey? Cold hard cash, 500,000 cold hard cash. But the thing about it that I learned this episode, because at first I was thinking, why the heck does Sachs want to trump up all these charges on Tasha, make it seem like she's a queen pin, when he knows that she wasn't, that Tommy and Ghost was the head of that organization? First I thought it was just a vendetta that he had against Ghost, or maybe even Tasha, but more so against Ghost. But now, after seeing him talk to that special agent Garza, and finding out what part McLean played into the case that Garza was working on, and to find out, to hear Sachs talking about he's sick of all these high-priced attorneys getting off all these criminals and drug dealers. I'm like, is this also a vendetta against those type of lawyers? Like, is he really trying to ruin the career of McLean? Because remember, Tariq said, if you take this case, like after McLean found out who Tariq really was, who his mother and father really was, and what his family really did, he was like, what the hell you got me into? Hey, Miss Naturally Lauren, how you doing, boo? I heard Ghost say that. Man, you know what, Candace? I swear to God, I swear, last season, it was like a Tupac thing, like a Biggie Smalls thing. He ain't dead. He's somewhere on an island making more money doing what he naturally do for a living, which is hustling. But you know what? I haven't yet canceled that idea out of my head. So I don't know. But again, anybody who's watching, if you're having trouble watching on your cell phone, please go to your smart TVs or your iPads or computers, because YouTube is having some glitches with some servers being down. So I thought it was all fixed the other day, but they still seem to be having issues. And not just me, a whole lot of YouTubers is having issues with their viewers trying to watch them on cell phones. So just putting that out there. But yeah, he might be, I don't know, child. I don't know. I don't know. He might not be dead. But who would have kept him from dying? Because he fell all that way, got shot. Who would have saved him if he still is alive? Good question, huh? But yeah, so after Garza was talking to Saxe, then we find out that McClain played a part in a different case. You know, he sabotaged a case for Garza. So I figure that's what they're trying to do, because Tyreek did tell McClain, if you take this case, this could be the case of a lifetime. This will just take your career, you know, up to a whole nother level if and when you win this case. So I'm like, are they trying to destroy the St. Patrick's? They couldn't take Ghost out. They trying to destroy Tasha, and at the same time as McClain. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But anywho, moving right along, child. You said Machiavelli, huh? Man, don't get me started on Pac. You know I love me some Pac. Ooh, child, I love me some Pac. But yeah, so as let's see, who should we talk about next? Who should we talk about next? Okay. Let's talk about this Monet. Monet, who's played by one of my all-time favorite singers, Mary J. Blige. I need to know how y'all really feel about Monet. Like, really? Like, she's obviously used to living in a a crime world. Her husband is in prison for life. She's out here putting hits on people. Ain't no telling what else she's doing. They could be running some large drug organization as well. We really don't know the extent of what Monet is up to or what their family is up to, but they have no problems putting people to sleep. We didn't realize that already. But as far as last episode, like when Tariq came over, he was having dinner with their family, and then Uncle Frank showed up. Like Uncle Frank, first of all, I didn't like the comment he made to Diana. I don't know if y'all caught that, but the Diana, he was like, hey, I see you all grown up. I see you finally filled out. I was like, you talk about creepy. I'm like, dang, he did just get out of prison, but dang, I was like, I would have been like clutching my cleavage or something. But anyway, I didn't like that part. But payback is a bi, you know what? Because when he came in there talking about he done just got released, and Monet, played by Mary J. Blige, she was like, "How you get what? I know you didn't get no good time. So how the heck did you get out? Like really, how did you get out?" And then he said that her husband told him to come to her for some money. And again, she was like, what is you talking about? My husband would have told me, you know, even though she's sleeping with a popo, even though she's sleeping with 5-0, she got a whole cot in her bed. We're going to talk about that next. But anyway, I couldn't believe that mess. I was like, and then now that I'm thinking, I need to go back and look. But was that the same officer that came to the house the other night when Kane had an issue with Rail, when they was fighting over the girlfriend, and Rail came back with a gun, and Kane pulled out his shotgun or whatever he had, and finished him off later in the show? But I'm like, was that the same officer? I can't remember. But anyway, he told her that he's supposed to collect some money, and just knows for certain that she's still, making money for him. So again, I'm assuming that it's drugs or something like that. You said clutching pearls. Yes, I would have been clutching my pearls. That sounds, if my uncle would have told me that, you done finally filled out. Why is you paying attention to what's filling me out? I'm like, what? Why are you? You shouldn't be looking at nothing up here, nothing down there. Just stay up here, Uncle. Stay up here. But anyway, yeah, that was really tasteless. But she was like, nah, he would have told me if he wanted me to give you some money. So my thing was, when she got upset, kicked everybody, told everybody to get out the house, told Kane to take Reek back to the dorms and everything. When they got to the when he was taking Tariq home, and he pulled Tariq out, not pulled him out the car, but he pulled over and told Tariq to get out because they needed to talk. I was like, do you think you intimidating Reek? You better check his profile and not his Facebook profile. Reek ain't intimidated by nobody, okay? I have yet to find or see one person that really intimidated his own father. didn't intimidate him. So he got out the car, made sure he had his little strap in his pants, talking about he needed to talk to Reek. He wanted to know, how did he know that, or what giving him the idea that Uncle Frank is a snitch? And Tariq just laid it all down for him. The man just got out. The man came straight here to get some money. The man, your mom don't know, that he had got out of jail. Wouldn't Lorenzo, her husband, Monet's husband, wouldn't have told y'all, gave y'all some kind of heads up that he's coming over or something? He said Lorenzo don't even know he's out of jail. And I'm up there like, first of all, why the heck don't you know that your uncle is probably a snitch? Like, you said, right, Miss Natural. I'm like, come on. As soon as I saw the scene, I was like, he didn't snitch. He didn't snitch. He done got out a couple of years early and came straight there for some money and insinuating that he knows that Monet is still making money in the streets for Lorenzo. So I saw a snake immediately. Now I don't know what he might have said, who exactly he snitched on, but I'm assuming it's probably for his own doggone nephew. I don't know, or is that his brother? Because he sure looks much older than Lorenzo. So I'm like, I know they said uncle. Is that Lorenzo's uncle? So they grand uncle? Because he looked a lot older than Lorenzo. But anyhow, he should have known. But even though he didn't know, Monet knew. Monet knew. She knew her gangster. But I just love this character. Who was I talking to? I was talking to my homegirl earlier. We went and got some breakfast. And I was talking to her, and we was talking about Mary J. And I was saying how I love this character, her character, because most people who follow Mary J. or know a little bit about her know she's from the streets. She was real hard when she came out, and then she kind of like softened up as the years went by, and then had problems with drugs and being beat by her husband and other guys, the Jodeci dude, whoop whoop. So she's had a rough life, at times. And I really thought that she was bringing the true character out, not like she was out there dealing drugs and killing people in the street, but y'all know what I mean. Like that rough, texture from her. I thought she was bringing that out really well. I love her character. I really do. And she's still so beautiful. Like, dang, why certain people don't age? And don't y'all say black don't crack, because I done seen it crack on some people. But then again, some of them was on crack. So that's another story. Anyway, moving right along. So I do like her character. But when he after he found that out, he was like, okay, Reek might be cool. Monet, she also wanted to know what's up with Tariq, how he knew, and all this kind of stuff. So now they trying to like we saw last episode how Tariq at the end of the show, he was looking on the computer trying to find out about their family, trying to find out about Lorenzo, why he's in prison, and all that kind of stuff. This episode, it turned around. This time, Monet, she wants them to find out all the details, the 411 on him, on his family, on Ghost, all of them, because she needs information on him. Because this guy who's in college and who's tutoring her nephew seems a little rugged around the edge and seemed like, it might be something under him, the exterior. So, she's trying to find out information on him. You say, yeah, you got to watch. Yes, honey, you do have to watch. It's really good. Really good. But yeah, so now she's trying to find out some information. When they had the funeral services, Tariq was supposed to basically trash his dad. He was supposed to give a eulogy, destroying basically whatever image Ghost had left on this earth. That didn't sit too well with Tasha. It didn't sit too well with Stern. It didn't sit too well with me, because I had a feeling that would just backfire, that wouldn't go the way that they want to do. Like McLean, he met the man, Reek's lawyer. McLean, he had thought it was a great idea for Reek to put a darker shadow on Ghost. make Tasha look much cleaner. I don't think that would have worked out the way they wanted, because regardless of what Stern's intentions was, like, he was in a subtle way, and it was a very subtle way. Well, not so subtle. He was trying to threaten Tariq. He was trying to threaten Tariq, like telling him, if you do this, this could damage me, you, and your family. Like, there's a lot of money that's still out there, that Ghost made. They could never prove that he was this big old drug kingpin. They couldn't prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's why he kept getting off all those murders and everything else. So I'm sure Stern has a lot to do with their so-called empire, or what's left of their empire. And he's basically telling Tariq, if you do this, if you get up there and you tell them all these bad, horrible things that your father did, and you doing it at a eulogy, people's gonna take that, seriously. Like, that really happened. So he was prepared to do that. But thanks to his uncle, his father, Ghost uncle, showing up at the funeral and telling him, and I forgot all about that man. I think that's actually Tariq's first time seeing him, because I don't remember them meeting before in the past. I remember him meeting up with Ghost uncle meeting up with him a few times, but I don't remember him meeting up with Reek and them. But he might have, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, he introduced himself. He said, I am your father's uncle. And he started telling him a few things about his dad. And basically, Tariq, I think he kind of softened up, because we know Tariq despises Ghost. He really couldn't stand him when he was living, and he wanted him dead. And he did, in fact, kill him. But it kind of changed his perspective of his father, because, like Tariq said, when it was time for him to speak, and he was talking about his dad, one of the things he said was he wanted to give me that life that he could never have, and I'm the manifestation of what he'll never be. Like, even though Ghost did a lot of things, even some heinous things, um in the end, Ghost always felt that he had to do what he did to make sure his family was always secure, even after his death. So, I guess Reed, he was like, okay, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna give this nice little eulogy. But I don't think Tariq even expected him to be as moved as he was by his little eulogy, because he looked like he was about to cry. And a lot of people, out, standing around the gravesite, they looked real emotional too. I was up here like, oh my God, dang. Okay, I ain't gonna cry, but he almost took me there. Y'all know how I am when I get emotional on my shows. I'll be like, I don't even be ashamed. I'll drop a tear real quick watching a TV show. But anywho, as far as Milgram, what do you guys think is up with her and her ex? Like, first of all, I thought that was really strange when she wanted to take a big old picture of Ghost. She put it on the easel. She put it out in the on the yard of the school, and they had like a visual, or had planned a visual or something, for Tariq. And like her ex said, that other professor, why are you doing this? Did he ask you to do this? Did you even ask what he wanted? But I thought that was really strange. And then how they just afterwards they fought and they end up having sex, and then she went to see her sponsor. I'm like, what kind of sponsor is this? Did she used to be on drugs? Did she used to be an alcoholic? Did she used to be a sex addict? I mean, what kind of sponsor? I need some more information on that. What kind of sponsor she is, because she was talking to her about her relationship, saying, "I can't believe you did this. That's the wrong move. Is that why you got him a job? Did you think it was gonna be different?" And then she said, you know that line from oh my God, what is that TV show, y'all? Help me out. That TV show that's been on for like 50,111 years. The one where they always have that line. What's that line? Oh God, hold on. I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look it up, y'all, because I can't skip past this. My person. Okay. She said that could be my person. What is the TV show with all them doctors? All them doctors and that white lady, she started it. This could be my person. Then all through the rest of the show, every now and then they would say that was like one of the well-known lines from the TV. Grey's Anatomy. That's it. Grey's Anatomy. See, y'all can't even help. Y'all can't even help. I got this. I got this. Grey's Anatomy. So anyway, Milgram was like, well, he could be my person. How do I know if he might be my person? But I need to know some details. I'm like, did this man used to whoop on her? Did he? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, they told that office up. He had her all up on the desk, spread and everything, spread wide. But I was like, man, well, how she gonna have a visual without telling the child of the dead parent that we had? Man, he must have saw all them people out there whispering and taking pictures and everything. He was like, get me the hell out of here. Get me the hell out of here. But anywho. Okay. Tasha. When Tasha was in jail, there was another inmate in there who was like flipping out on the guard, and she claimed that she needed the morning after pill. The morning after pill, of course, we all know is for if you have an unprotected sex and you think you want to make sure you don't get knocked up. But so obviously she's in there having sex with a guard, somebody up in there, I don't know who she having sex with. But anyway, she needed the morning after pill. When Tariq and them was at the funeral service while Tasha was being dragged away, she made sure to tell Tariq, I need the morning after pill for another inmate. So when Diana was talking to Tariq, she found out that Tasha, in fact, needs a friend on the inside. She needs like an ally on the inside. Do y'all think Monet will now be Tasha's friend on the outside? Like, Monet managed to make sure that the pills got there. Tasha even got a phone, got the morning after pills. Do y'all think that they will become allies? Like, do you think Monet might play a part into getting Tasha released? Or do you think that favor will backfire on Tasha? Let me know. Also, do y'all think that Milgram has an ulterior motive with Tariq? Like, do y'all think she's just going too far with trying to help him? With trying to get him to open up, trying to get him to release his feelings? She's like, when she was telling her ex, she was like, he's not mourning, he's not expressing how he feels, he's not releasing his emotions. And Tariq is just Tariq. That's how he always is. The only person that he really I think cried for was his sister, like that. You know what I mean? Like really broke down was his sister. When she was murdered. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. I think she has ulterior motive. I think she's trying too hard. I really do. I don't know what that ulterior motive is. Like the way she keeps trying to make him talk to her. Like as if, I don't know, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know if y'all think otherwise. But is she trying to get him to release like some private family information, maybe about his mom, about Ghost, about Uncle Tommy, about the organization? Again, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I still feel like she has ulterior motives. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, back to Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank, just like with Real, just like with Real, Monet had Kane take care of that problem. He basically took him, dragged him from a bar. They shot him. When they started cutting up his body parts, though, I was like, man, this is so. I'm like, did we see anything like that in the regular Power? Man, they started. I'm like, dude didn't just kill him. He cut up all his body parts. Then I'm thinking, did they do that to Rail too? I don't remember seeing them cut up even a finger off a Rail. All I remember is he shot him twice in the head in the hallway on the stairwell. And then this time with Uncle Frank, they shot him. They was cutting his foot, his legs, his I was like, oh my God. They is really, I mean, I think they probably top Ghost. They probably top Ghost and Tommy when it comes to conspiracy, killing, and organization and drugs and all that kind of stuff. Who is really like they trying to pin Tasha as the queen of Tommy and Ghost organization? Is Monet really the queen pin of her husband's organization? Is he going down for her? I have a lot of questions. I'm telling you, because the way she's running that family, that household, and they still live in the hood. That's the difference. They still live in the hood. Ghost and Tasha and them, they stayed up in a penthouse, on the east side, like George and Wheezy. But Monet and them, they still stay in the hood. But a lot of people living in the hood can run some pretty big empires. Because sometimes living in the hood, people think, oh, they ain't doing all that. They got a little nice crib. They got a nice car. But they ain't doing all that. Because if they was, why would they still be living in the hood? They'd be moving somewhere on the east side. But anyway, y'all let me know if y'all think that Monet is gonna want something back from Tasha, that maybe Tasha can't give her, or I don't know, or do you think they'll become allies? I got another question though, as far as Tommy. Now that Tasha told him that Tommy was the one that killed Ghost because she told him to kill Ghost, do y'all think Tommy is gonna try to get at Taj? Hmm. I don't know. Shoot, Tommy might start having some flashbacks. You remember how she killed his girlfriend Keisha, her best friend, and then she had to kill her because Keisha was trying to, remember, she was trying to run out of town. She was trying to take her son, what was his name? Cash Money Dollar Signs or something like that. That little boy was cute. I think his name was Cash, but I always called him Cash Money Dollar Signs. But yeah, they was trying to leave town, and Tasha had a feeling because Keisha had signed those papers saying that she would rat. But then she told Tasha, I'm not ratting. I'm not going to rat. I'm not going to snitch on Tommy. I'm just going to skip town. I'm going to take my son and I'm going to leave town. But Tasha didn't think that was good enough. So remember that. Remember that. And now Tasha is trying to pin a murder on Tommy. And Tommy was going to murder Tasha after she murdered his girlfriend. So Tasha better be careful. She better be careful because it seems like she's about to get involved with some pretty grimy people, a lot more grimier than her, Tommy, and Ghost. But let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Did I talk about everything? Everything? I don't know. Besides Diana, last episode, Diana and Reed, they seem to have some type of attraction or interest in each other, like it was kind of like some sparks there or whatnot. But now I have a feeling that Diana might in fact try to move in on Tariq, like try to start getting close to him, maybe even start a relationship with him to try to figure out a little bit more about him and his family and his background, because Monet really wants people to find out, more information about the St. Patrick. So I don't know, maybe it'll be one of those storylines where she initially is, faking the phone to try to be with him, and then she ends up falling in love with him, and then he ends up finding out that she was dirty or, doing stuff behind his back, and then he tries to kill her. I don't know. I might be reaching out on a limb. But anyway, this episode I thought was really good. I can't say it was as good as the first episode, but it was still a pretty good episode. So I do suggest that you guys watch it. And then if you want to read my full review of the show, head on over to our website, thehoodtable.com, where I have my full review of the website of the show on the website typed out and everything. And also make sure you like and share the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And follow us on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. And don't forget tonight, what time is it? 4:39 at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be doing an interview regarding the Free Ernest Jackson movement. Now, a lot of people who are in Omaha, in our city, have heard about the Free Ernest Jackson movement, and it's basically about a man who was convicted of murder. Excuse me. Him along with some other guys were all charged with a crime, but they had them set up separately with different lawyers, different trials, and everything. The first person who went to trial was Ernest. They found him guilty of murder. When the next person went to trial, that person actually confessed to shooting the guy that died like 17 times or something like that. Shot him, he died, claimed he did it in self-defense. And that trial, the man got off. They let him off for self-defense. But the first person who went to trial, who was charged for the murder, they gave him like 20 years. They wanted to give him life, but it was 17. And they couldn't get life to a minor, to somebody, that wasn't over 18 or 19 or something. So they couldn't give him life. Turn around the time that he probably should be getting out, he gets recharged. This time was 60 to 80 years for the same thing. And then with good time, it took off like 6,000 days or something like that. So they dropped it down to 13 and a half years. So now, basically, ever since day one, people have been fighting for this man to be released because somebody else confessed to the murder and was released. But this man who they charged with the murder, they won't let him out. So basically, there's a movement going. They're petitioning to our governor. The movement is going nationwide. They're talking about it on the news now and everything. So I figured I would reach out to somebody who's very close to the story, who've been basically in it, knee deep for like the past 20-some years. He's going to come on our show at 8 o'clock tonight, and he's going to give us the details. We're going to explore the story behind the Free Ernest Jackson movement. So I hope that you guys will be here at 8 p.m. This story is really interesting to me, and it's kind of heartbreaking at the same time, because I can't imagine somebody charged me for murder and then somebody coming up and saying, I did it. And you just expect that you're going to be released just like that. And instead, they let the other person off for self-defense, and you have to still do your time. Then on top of that, they give you 13 and a half more years. So yeah, we gonna have to talk about tonight, because we got questions. People got questions, so hopefully, we can get more knowledge on this movement, and the word can get out and the word can get spread about this man's story and how people believe that he should be free. He should be out here walking around free like everybody else. Again, that show is at 8 p.m. tonight. Free Ernest Jackson movement. Make sure you tune in for that. If you got the notification bell hit, you will get an alert when we are about to go live. But again, this video right here, make sure you like and share the video and subscribe to the channel as well. And in the meantime, and in between time, till we meet again, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. Deuces.